Hello! Hey everyone! For the people who don't know me, I'm Ilchin, I'm the community manager of Songs of Silence, previously technical artist at Songs of Silence. So some of the VFX you can see I did, which I'm always very proud to announce, but maybe we can just have a quick look into the skirmish setup, because one of the biggest or most important changes, in my opinion, is the fact that you can now actually start with any unit. We have unlocked like 2 starting heroes from each unit that you can start with. Don't play the Arbiter, he's super strong right now, we know. We need to work on him. But I also, while playing Crusade or Arbiter, playing against the old race was actually a tough battle, so I also understand when you guys said these people like old race and Crusade are actually balanced well compared to the Thousand Kingdoms, so yeah, let's see what the rebalancing will do. That's a nice change. Yeah, thank you. You can also now go in and I think collect the 4-minute turn fate. Not collect it, but like play it from the beginning. Now we have enabled the 4-minute turn for you, so if you dive right into multiplayer, you can directly just use that one. We can just quickly apply no fate and dive into a game. Maybe play 5 minutes, just have a look at how it looks. For the people who don't know Songs of Silence, if we have people like that here, but I don't think so. But yeah, maybe just quickly to get reminded, starting with the old race. Because, yeah, one of the biggest changes, in my opinion, also, what I really would love to show is, let's dive headfirst into a battle. Or we get ambushed, thank you. But it's fine. You can zoom in, and zoom in even more, and you can see all those people fighting. It's nice when you know how a battle is going to turn out. You can just have a look at them go, look at those animations which have been crafted with a lot of love. Yes, but these are like the biggest changes. Of course, we did some UI changes to make it easier for you to understand the game. Like the movement points at the bottom right corner, you can see how many movement points are left now. It's a bit clearer. When you go into the encyclopedia, it tells you better which units or heroes you can unlock. But let me just open up the Discord section, because for this Ask Me Anything, what we did is collect questions from the community on our Discord server, so that I had the time to ask also our game designers and the project managers, hey, this is the question I don't know the answer to, can you help me? So we collected them, and I'm just going to go through them one by one. If you have any questions on the way or while we go and do this, you could also just ask in the chat. Let's have a look. First question. I would be curious to understand how strength is used for defense and offense. Could you provide the mechanics and the formula how the hit chances are calculated? I cannot provide the direct formula for this one, because this is prone to change. We're rebalancing all the time, the values change all the time, and there's like not one formula, it's more like hit chances. But I have prepared something which you can see here, which is our table of hit chances. And you can see the row and the columns. They're like 1 to 15. They are your power levels. So what we do is we look up in this table. Let's say you have a Hearthguard fighting against a Wordbringer, which has 15. So you check 2 and 15. The hit chance of a Hearthguard hitting the Wordbringer is 0.1, while the Wordbringer hits with a chance of 0.95. And we look up these values and use them in the calculation, because against this hit chance, we first have to check, okay, are we hitting the enemy? If we hit the enemy, we have to check first the defense, calculate against it if we are stronger than them. And if we are, then we actually deal the damage, and we always deal 1 damage. I hope this is enough as an explanation for the hit chances calculation. And these values are not stable, like they won't stay forever. They're prone to change and they will change, but this is what we can tell you for now. This might change in the future. We might actually come up with the perfect formula, but right now we don't have it. Let me get rid of that. And let's check the next question. I might be missing something, but there doesn't seem to be a difference between certain units and abilities when at different ranks. For example, how is tier 1 Oathsworn different to a tier 2 Oathsworn? I asked our game designer about this, and what he says was, All Oathsworn should be tier 2. The tier 1 Oathsworn is a balancing mistake. So we hope we will adjust it soon. We do have multiple tiers, but they all have a difference in strength. Of course, if you have a leveled up or upgraded card, it's stronger. But let's move on to the next question, which is, can you tell us more about the post-launch new faction? I wish I could. We're still in the initial design phases, so there is not much that we can say about it on how it will look and what it will be and how it will come. But once we know and once we have information, you will know for sure. We're focusing with all of our powers and all of our people on that, on finishing basically early access and balancing what we have, and based also on the things we learned during our early access phase, like the balancing and the numbers and the calculations, we can also take that into consideration when designing the next factions for you. So, will the new faction appear in their own campaign or be included in the main campaign? I honestly don't know. I don't think we ever thought of it, on including it into the main campaign. Again, the focus right now is somewhere else. There are like thoughts and concepts happening on new factions and ideas are coming in. New factions, exciting. Yes, we love to bring them in, just not now. There's still a lot of other things to do. If I could show you the Excel of community feedback that I've gotten, I think we already have like 100 entries or whatever. The art in this game is so beautiful. It's what drew me in initially. Oh, that's great to hear. Thank you so much. We've gotten also very much praise for the game and its art style, and we're really happy with it. But let's continue with the next questions, because we still have a few. Currently, people are struggling with finding PvP matches. Are there any plans on making 1v1 maps? I am actually not sure. You should be able to like create your own 1v1 map. It's like the standard 3 versus 3 map, and then you just close the AI and have just one person enter. But when I asked about this question in the team, people really liked the idea of dedicated 1v1 maps, so it's in discussion now. That's all I can say. So yeah, thanks to you, there might be plans now regarding 1v1 maps. But before we dive further into this, let me jump to the next question. To a reasonable extent, yes. Fair point. Next questions. What are the conditions for losing a unit after battle? When an army retreats, it is supposed to move directly away from the enemy. We know that. If the retreating army does not have enough space to retreat, it's pushed into another hostile army or any obstacle before it can get far away enough. Then it's destroyed. That also makes sense. So if you have no space to retreat because it's blocked by anything, you get destroyed. The current system still has some issues. We also want to prevent the retreat card from killing the own army, which has also been pointed out by you guys. There are some changes that are in the pipeline, let's put it like that. And I got one question, last but not least. Why did you choose to go for a route where everything is done with cards? I was not here when that decision was made, so I don't think I can actually say much about this topic. I think the prototype for Songs of Silence was playable with cards from the get-go, and it was something the team wanted to explore and really liked. So they went with it, and that's how it is right now. If you want a bit more of a deep understanding for this, I can try and get Alex the next time and just re-ask this question. But for now, that's the answer. But I really like them. I don't know, I also just like that the movement now slows down when you drag and drop the card, so you can see what's happening. But yes, I think that have been most of the questions for the Songs of Silence AMA session for the second one. If you have any more questions, feel free to shoot them. I guess people or you guys really like this format of just sitting here together and talking about Songs of Silence and listening to me ramble for an hour. I will try to get Alex next time, so you can also ask questions regarding the game lore and why did you choose this, why did you choose that, because most of the decisions are then made by him. I think that's so much for the AMA section of this